Hi everyone, Charles Wilkinson from Argo Yachting, and here we are in a glorious and sunny Brixham Marina in Devon. And I'm really excited to show you this boat. It's a new central agency of ours, and it's a 2022 Galeon 510 Skydeck. And it's the only 510 Sky second-hand on the market in the UK. So it's a really good opportunity to get this fantastic boat here in England. And this boat is absolutely loaded, full of options and features. And one of the main features, of course, is this lovely balcony that's opened up here, facing the sun. Got a nice dining area just here. But join me on board and we'll start from the stern. So like I mentioned, this boat is loaded with extras, so I'll try and remember all of them. But first of all, right at the aft end, we of course have a hydraulic high-low bathing platform, so it's fantastic for launch and recovery of this Williams jet tender, and great for water sports. You can have the platform fully submerged, launch your paddle boards, kayaks, all that good stuff. We even have these integrated swimming platform steps, so they open up as the platform lowers, so it's really easy to get into the water. And one really neat feature that this boat has is a tender garage inside here. Can fit around a Williams 280 mini jet, something around that length, so 2.8 meters. Equally great for storage at the moment, it's used for that, so really good, useful space. But I'll open it slightly, just so you can see. So there we go. We also have a passarelle just here on the port side steps. I will open that up slightly. But there you go, really good. We've also got aft docking winches. So essentially this boat is a Mediterranean specification, but that's really good for mooring. So as you join me into the cockpit, like I said, this boat has got so many extras, I have to focus on one thing at a time. But so above the tender garage, we have the carousel option. And what that means is that you lift this pin mechanism here and the seating essentially rotates 360 degrees. And why would you need that? It's a good question. So you can imagine at lunchtime, you're having lunch with your friends and family, you're being served lunch from the galley just there. But equally, when it's sunset, you're at anchor and you want to enjoy the sunset, you obviously face it aft and have a few drinks, and it changes the whole setting of the boat. So it works really well. It's such a simple mechanism. It's actually quite easy to move around. And this table even drops down and we have an infill cushion for it. So you can turn this into a nice sun pad. So you can really make the most of this boat in various ways. And within the carousel, we actually have two drawer fridges either side, and we even have an ice maker underneath the steps to the sky deck. So just there, really good ice maker. So you've got plenty of refrigeration, really important. Of course, the galley, which is right behind you, we'll go into that later. So on the starboard side, I know I showed this earlier in the video, but I just thought I'd emphasize how great this space is. This all closes up very easily from a nothing space into a really useful space. It's a great feature of the boat. You can see how easy that is. It's manual, folds away really nicely. Of course, this backrest flips the other way, so when you're not using this, you have a seating area within. Yeah, great use for space on the Galeons. I'll just take my shoes off and we'll come into the galley area. Just before we go into the saloon, I just wanted to lightly mention, because I haven't already, the sky deck. It's a really useful feature, but I just thought I'd tease it for the moment because I'll show you that later in the video. So as we come into the saloon, of course, we have these huge bifolding doors, so it fully opens the aft deck. We've got the opening on the starboard side, we have the opening on the port side, so it really feels like a beach club. Lots of fresh air, natural light, great for entertaining and al fresco dining. So you can imagine having this fully deployed at anchor on a lovely summer's day, bar, and a table. So really good for getting the whole family together and friends and enjoying this space. So galley, I'll just lightly touch on what it has. Of course, we have a fridge, a dishwasher just here, a Siemens oven and grill. But yeah, nicely fitted out. Of course, we have lots of storage around. I love this woodwork. It's the eucalyptus Nero high gloss. It makes a really big statement when you walk on. It looks absolutely lovely. Galeon do a very nice deep gloss. Induction hob, of course. We even have this solid glass serving counter just here. But aft galley, very popular in modern boats. It's in the middle of everything. People like having their kitchens and galleys right in the middle of all their guests. I did mention how this seat does flip to the other side, so you can incorporate it to the saloon. But as we walk in, I just love this gloss wood. Looks really beautiful. Plenty of seating that wraps around. So I mentioned the Skydeck earlier, which we'll go see in a second, but this is a sports boat, sports cruiser with a sports bridge, but we also benefit from the hardtop roof. So I've opened it slightly, not all the way, but you can see how we have multiple glass panels. And again, on a nice day like today, this is early spring in England, but even, you can see how it feels warm and cozy and lets lots of fresh and natural light in. On the starboard side of the saloon, we have obviously a concealed TV. You might expect that. And actually, these two seats here are kind of Ottoman style seats. So they pull across and you can use them for dining here. So you can make this a large dining area and it works nicely. They secure and stow away very securely. The helm seat, so of course when you're not using the boat like today, you can actually change it into further saloon seating. And you can see how that's very sociable. If you've got, it's a winter's night and you've got 6 friends on here and trying to have an evening drink, this is perfect for that when you're not using the boat. And it's easier to walk through as well. As we move towards the helm, we actually have, as well as the opening hardtop roof, which I mentioned, we have opening port and starboard windows. Nice features. So yeah, onto the helm itself. This boat is equipped with the D11-725 shaft drive, Volvo Penta diesel. It's on shaft, but this boat has a really, really good option of Dockmate, which is essentially a remote joystick docking. So quite a significant option, and essentially you can dock the boat with a joystick. And it's actually not pinned to the helm station. You can walk around the boat and dock it sideways. And what it does, it actually incorporates the thrusters. We have 2 variable speed thrusters, not common, and a really nice addition. And I've turned them on and you can, I don't know if you can hear that. So I've got bow, stern thruster. You can even do a hold function, so you can press the plus symbol, and you can incrementally increase the power on both thrusters on each side. It's great. So for docking, you can essentially hold the boat against the dock. Yeah, great feature to have on here. So otherwise, yeah, twin Raymarine MFDs there. So we have actually docking cameras on this boat, which I've actually put on the Skydeck, but otherwise your chart, depth, everything you'd expect. Autopilot just here. We've got interceptor trim tabs, chain counter, but everything's here as you'd expect. Some really good carling switches for various openings and nav lights and everything. But yeah, great helm, and I love how you can completely switch it up when you're not using it. You can turn it into saloon seating. But let's go have a look into the accommodation. I forgot to mention that that table in the saloon does drop down and you can put in a large infill cushion and it turns into kind of a double bed effectively, or kind of a snug area if you wanted to watch a movie in the winter. Really nice area to turn that into like a very large sofa. And just before we shoot down, we have these opaque window panels which actually flood the below full of natural light, and hopefully you'll be able to see that as we go down. So of course, accommodation deck, we have 3 cabins and 2 heads. The starboard is a bunk arrangement, and there's also a television in there, so it's nicely fitted out. Really good windows on these Galeons. Reverse cycle air conditioning throughout, obviously up in the saloon as well as down here, but they're fitted out really, really nicely. Hopefully you can see it on camera. We've got this gorgeous woodwork and also very nice materials everywhere, contrasting. So as we come into the forward cabin, this is the VIP, so the second double bed, and it's true Galeon style in here. It's very luxurious, very innovative with these huge ceiling panels throughout. Of course, you can put sunshades over them, but it's just very opulent in here. We've got this lovely gloss woodwork, very nice, comfortable bed, steps either side to get easy access. I even love that headboard paneling, just indirect lighting. It's just really nice in here. We've got a television, hanging storage for your clothes. We have a makeup mirror on the port side and more hanging storage for your clothes. So very good storage everywhere in this cabin. And if you join me into the ensuite of the VIP, which is also the Jack and Jill to the day head, again, really good as you'd expect. Lots of storage underneath and above where the mirror is. And of course, your shower with the electric flush loo. So and it's really noticeable, the skylight through into this day head. So as we walk into the master cabin, we have the ensuite just here on the port side. The loo is separate to the shower, so it is significantly bigger, even more storage. The window's great in there, so it's a really nice ensuite. And these skylights as well are very noticeable. Lots of natural light. So I am unusually tall. I make all boats look small, unfortunately. So I'm 6'4", so ignore that. But otherwise, this cabin is magnificent. Very luxurious, very comfortable, large bed. I even love how we have this Alcantara contrasting to the gloss wood. Galeon do that so nicely. We even have these LED strips which are dimmable as well. So if you're watching a movie at night, you can have it really set nicely, the tone. As we come to the starboard side, this window is fantastic in this master cabin, both sides of course. And we don't have a boat next to us, so we can really enjoy the view. You can see how close we are to the water. So you can imagine when you're at anchor on a lovely summer, sunny weekend, this is just the place to be, isn't it? It's beautiful. Storage wise, so very large sideboard here, and of course you've got plenty of storage as you'd expect through here. And I just love this gloss woodwork. It's in really good condition as well throughout the boat. It kind of shows testimony to Galeon's quality in their woodwork. Inside here is a very cavernous hanging locker. It's huge, so that is a really useful storage place for the master cabin. As we come to the port side, we have a kind of makeup mirror arrangement. What's nice is this makeup mirror within the lid even has a light. And of course we have a large mirror there. But this is a great place. Bring your laptop, have a little espresso before you join your guests in the morning. Very comfortable. You can see how it kind of curves and it cocoons you in. And the luxurious carpets everywhere. It feels very comfortable in here. And of course the window as well. But let's go up and have a look at the sky deck, one of the most important parts of this boat. So here we are on the sports flybridge, and I'm opening up the innovative Galeon full enclosure. And it's the only sports flybridge that has this contraption. Galeon are the first company to design this. You can see here, simply just flip these up, and we have a fully deployed flybridge. I'll just open this seat up just here. But there we go. It's fully concealed, so you don't have to bother with any covers. You don't have to worry about things getting wet and dirty, seagulls and birds and all that stuff. So super easy. Amazing feature. Just press that button and it fully covers. I'll just walk to the forward and you may think, what about the Helm console? But actually it drops down electronically because of course it would hit it otherwise. Super clever. I've put the docking camera on the MFD there so you can see, obviously very helpful if you're docking from the flybridge, which most people do because you have good visibility all round. Otherwise, in terms of functions, we have everything repeated except for one less screen, but we've got your thrusters, sticks, VHF, speaker system up here. You can have a great party up here. Talking of that, I mean, these flip over into the sun lounges, both sides. This Helm seat, you just pull a lever and it swivels round so you can join your guests. This table even pops up, for example. So you have a multi-function here of you know, passage making or partying. And just before we go look at the foredeck, one nice option on this flybridge, on the sky deck, is that the whole area is painted in platinum metallic paint. I don't know if you'd be able to see it. It's most obvious over here, for example. You can see how it offsets the whole boat. So it's not just a white boat everywhere. It looks really, really sporty and sleek. But let's go have a look at the foredeck. So here we come up to the foredeck. One thing to note is that this boat is fully laid with Permateak synthetic decking. We have it on the flybridge and also down the sides. Super easy for maintenance and it looks really nice. So on the bow area, this boat uniquely has a table arrangement. You don't normally have that on this size of boat. So of course this folds and you can store it away nice and easily. And you can see we've got these glass panels going through to the VIP cabin. But yeah, great dining area. You can have lunch on the bow, get away from the people if, you know, if you've got lots of people walking on the docks. But it's a great view out in the open. One thing you may have noticed, I've walked through the sun pad here on the starboard side, and what this boat, it actually has the option of electric moving seats. So I've moved this forward and I've actually lifted up the forward end so that it's completely horizontal. Whereas on the port side, it's in its normal position where it's fully against the seat and actually it's down. So, and the reason for it being down is so that you can see the visibility when you're driving the boat. And also, a great feature is that these backrests, all the bases lift up and you can stow away the backrest really easily. So what that means is you don't have to put all the cushions inside the boat, it just stows away, super easy and comfortable. Really good usable space. But that really covers the whole walkthrough tour of this Galeon 510 Sky that's just come onto the brokerage market. It's available for sale and it's located here in Brixham Marina in Devon. All the information will be below on the link, the full photos, the virtual tour, the price, and all the options listed are all there. So please do get in touch. We'd love to hear from you and show you the boat. Thanks for watching.